Alright, the paint on this car is really bad. I was gonna, you can see here, I tried to buff it up and that happened. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, I have this oil, this really dusty bottle of oil I've had in my garage forever. I'm gonna just see what happens when I put this oil on. Look at that. So this is like boiled linseed oil. Boiled linseed oil and mineral spirit. I use this on my rat rod F-150. That's not a rat rod. I call it my rat rod, but it's not really a rat rod. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's going on pretty good. Look at the shine from that. Like, look at this here. Sorry. Watch that there. I'll just dip this in the oil. Look at that. Now, obviously, this stuff wears off with time, right? It's just an oil on here, and it's not gonna last forever. But this is basically my rat rod Camaro. I call it my rat marrow, or the rot marrow. This thing sat in the field for, I'm gonna say 10 years, like just sat in somebody's field and never moved, never anything. So the sun and the sad thing was the sun just killed it. But the sad thing was when I ended up buying it off this guy, it had a car cover in the trunk that he never put on, and it was one of those breathable car covers. So definitely would have saved the paint. I mean, he said his idea when he parked it there was to keep driving it. His idea wasn't to store it, and then, you know, life got in the way, as it does for everybody. Life gets in the way. Now what I do with this is I put this on, let it sit. I'll let this sit overnight, and then I'll come back and I'll give it a wipe down in the morning so it's not so shiny. But you can see the difference in that hood from what it was. It's pretty crazy. I mean, because it's an oil finish, it's just shiny. But yeah, I don't mind it. It looks pretty good it's better than a paint job, right? I was gonna do like a full like patina paint maybe on it. I put this in a shipping container to store it when I first got it, and I scrapped just the fender putting it in there. The shipping containers can be pretty tight, but yeah, looks way better. How's it look in here? Same thing. It just makes everything, gives it a little pop, you know. Like, that's still going to be faded because the paint's wore through, but it still looks. This stuff, I said, it's just mineral spirit. I believe it's mineral spirit and boiled, not raw. You got to get the boiled linseed oil. If you get raw, it's really sticky. But yeah, it's going on pretty good. It's dusty out here. The pollen and everything's going all over it, but there we go. You can, and this oil will go a long way. And if I wasn't holding the phone, I could go over this car in half an hour, probably. Doesn't take very long just to walk around and rub it down. So here we go. Starting to look pretty good. You can see how faded the paint is here. It's there compared to the shiny there, you know. Very faded. So I'll do before and after here. What do you think of that? There's lint and stuff all on it from the cloth, and dust and bugs landing on it. But that's night and day compared to what that was. Now the shine will die down overnight, and then I'll wipe it off, and I'll give it a buff in the morning with a dry rag to get some excess oil off. But went from that to that, and you saw where the paint was all thin, and especially in here it was all white and stuff, and I don't know, it looks pretty good for the old, just a summer cruiser in the old Rat Marrow. Not too bad. I think it's coming out pretty good. Now it washes off with the rain and the weather and all that stuff in time, but you see these scratch marks here? When you put that shine on it, it just takes all that away, and it starts to look really good. And like I said, for what I'm doing with it, I don't want to put a paint job on this thing. You can see right there the difference in color where the sun was hitting it. I could wet sand it and do all that, but it's got some rust and stuff in it, and it's just going to be a cruiser for this summer. Look how faded that is. It's crazy. So we'll do a shot like this, and then I'll put some oil on it, and well, I can do it right now. Show you that it takes these swirl marks, everything scratches away. See? And I know it's wet, so you know, whatever, but I'll do another little short video in the morning and we'll see. All right, I'm gonna paint those wheels up probably tomorrow or the next day and take them off, sand them down and paint them up. I like the style of the wheel. They're off. They're just Chevy has 10 wheels, but I think it looks good on the car. There you go. There's bugs all over it, dying. But what a difference a little bit of oil makes. Yeah. Spring peepers are out. Can you hear them? Such a nice sound, eh? Summer's here coming. Yeah, big difference. That sun faded, gone. I'll wait till the morning now, and I'll come out and I'll buff this off. It won't be so shiny. It'll fade down, and it doesn't last. It lasts a few months maybe, depending on how much rain you get, stuff like that. There's all kinds of these concoctions out there. Poppy's Patina, I think, is one. Vice Grip Garage has their own little concoction, but I think pretty much they're all the same. It's just oil and whatever you want to mix in with it. It even looks nice on the rust. There's a rust spot. It even makes the rust look all nice. If you think rust looks nice, listen to those peepers. Pretty cool.